Hello everyone. In this video I will cover about the important library of a Python that as a financial analyst you need the most, which is Numpy, Pandas and Matplotlib. You might be thinking about why do we really need all these libraries when we already understand about Python, their data structure like list, set, dictionary, string, all of that. So let me give you an easy example. Consider this list, right? Now element of this list are 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now our problem is to find the mean of these element, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. For that you have to use a loop for I in range length of list. Before that I think we need to define a variable s which is 0. Then we need to do s is equals to s plus list of that each index. Once we get summation, which is like if you print s, you will get the sum of each element, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is equals to 21. And then you will take average, which is s by 6, right, which comes out to be 3.5. But in trading kind of thing, you need a speed, right? You have a large data set of OHLC data, volume data, many signal data, so you really need a speed on top of everything. That's where these libraries came into the picture. Now similarly, similar kind of list, like as in the previous video we discussed, that list is a container kind of thing where we can store the data. We have one library which is called Numpy. Now let's see how we can see the speed with the help of this Numpy. Inside this Numpy library there is a container which is array, which is similar to list, but it has some inbuilt function. For being, just assume that you can initialize array as np.array. You just have to print array.mean. You will get a value 3.5. This is what the power of libraries came into the picture. Now let's go deep into each library. Let's start with Numpy. You have to first install Numpy by pip install Numpy. I think in my system it's already installed, so it is showing requirement already satisfied. Now I will import Numpy as np. So wherever I have to use Numpy, I will consider it as np. Now consider we have price list. We can convert it into an array by np.array price list. Then it how it looks, because array and Numpy's array and list are similar. Now let's see what is the difference between these two. Price list is what array normal looks like. Now similarly, when we convert these array into price np, which is the array, then it looks something like array of 100, 102, 101, 105, 110. Now if we have to find the mean of these array, you just have to call np.mean and then this array as an input. You will get 103.6 as a mean. If we have to find the maximum of these array, which is 110, we just have to call np.max and 110 is the output. Similarly, we can find minimum and then a standard deviation, 3.61 standard deviation. I hope you understand what is the application of this library. We have started with Numpy. Now let's go deep dive into Pandas. How real data look like? It is in tabular format. You might have seen your exact portfolio. There is a NSC code like Reliance, Infosys, TCS, all these stocks, and then there is some quantity, then there is average price, and then there is return kind of thing. So this data looks like it is in tabular format. For handling with tabular format, there is another library which is called Pandas. How you can install it, pip install pandas. Then you have to import pandas as pd. Now in pandas there are two different type of object. So what you can consider object as kind of container container kind of thing. So there are two type of container inside the pandas object. One is series and one is data frame. Series is for one dimensional data like price data, as we have seen, array. So for working with that kind of data there is a container called series, and for 2D data, as example in case of portfolio, we have data frame. So consider that close price, we have a close price of stocks 100, 100, 200, 100, 510. You can create a series, and then if you see how series look like, it look like something 100, 100, 200, 100, 510. So one question might be arising in your mind, what is the difference between list, array and series? It looks similar. Yes, exactly, it looks similar. The only difference is that you can also work like whenever, let's suppose numpy is not there, you want to work with pandas, you can just work, because one dimensional data you can work with list, numpy and pandas. So the only differentiation is that in pandas you have also access to 2D data, which is not in case of numpy, and you already know what is the difference between numpy and normal list. Now consider that we have 2D data, means for a particular stock I am seeing open, high, low, close and volume data over period of time. Let's consider 5 period. So in the first period open is 100, high is 102, low is 99, close is 100, like 102, and volume is 1200. These type of data you can just convert into data frame. When I convert it into data frame, it looks like this. It's in the like 2D format where you can like visualize the data, where you can see how it is being in the systematic order. There are a lot of inbuilt function, as I already discussed. There is a function called dot describe. So whenever you put this function in the data frame, then it will count like all the characteristics, all the feature corresponding to each column. So for open, like for column named open, like there are 5 data point, minimum is 103. If you will see for this column there are 5 data point, minimum is 100, mean is 103, sorry, standard deviation is 3.16, mean is 100 exactly, max is 108, and these all are the at different percentile. Now how you can access a particular column? Let's suppose I want to extract this close column from this data frame, then you can directly access by df in the square bracket the close. So you will get the close column of this data frame. Now I want to calculate the percentage change, because 102 to 101, then there is a negative returns. So you can directly calculate by using a function dot percentage change, pct change, and then a small bracket. You will see that there is a new column where you can get the return on a particular date, like on a particular period of time from the previous period of times. For the first row it is nan, because there are no price previous to that row, that's why that like there is no percentage change, and hence nan value. Now you might be aware of like moving average, simple moving average, exponential moving average. Here you can directly, like since we have only 5 data point, I am considering taking a 3 window. In general, when we talk about exponential moving average or simple moving average, we generally take 14 data point. For being right now I am only taking 3. When we see that, we will see that okay, at this point of time what is the simple moving average, at this point what is, then when we will join these data points, you will get a curve. Now if I want to remove the row that have nan value present, this null value present, then you can use function dot drop na. If you will do this, then we are remaining with the last three row, because the first two rows contain nan value. Now the third is Matplotlib. So what happens whenever we are working with numbers, lot of numbers, we try to visualize it so that we can find any anomaly, any kind of discrepancy in the data, or we can see price trend indicators or signal, such kind of thing. For that we generally use Matplotlib. As similar to Pandas, we can install, like to install any libraries, you can use pip install and then library name, which is pip install matplotlib, and then import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. You have to just remember this, there is a reason behind it, but for time being just remember that you have to import matplotlib by considering import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Now let's take an example where we are given a closed data in a data, and like these are the closed data. Now I want to plot the closed data on a graph, on a 2D graph, where x-axis is the period and y-axis is the price. If I will plot it by plt.figure and then plt.plot, that column name, we can easily see that at the first it was 100, second it was 102, third it was 101, so on till 117.5. and don't focus on x-axis because we haven't defined the x-axis. The index is by default, so they are just taking a random number, or like according to their uniformity. Now let's see, I want to plot it. If I want to plot its average, as similar dot rolling 3 dot mean, you will see that if I plot the both graph in the same plot, these are price graph, the close price, and the orange one is the simple moving average, where look back period is 3 days or 3 data point. I hope you understand the concept about Numpy, Pandas and Matplotlib. Why do we use it? These videos are very basic. It was just to make you aware such kind of things exist in the Python. You can use it directly. If you want to master it, just consider some advanced resources, or you just search ChatGPT how we can do this, and then get a code, try to review it, and then just make it finalize. From the next video I am going to start the next module of this course, which is time series analysis, where I am going to cover everything from scratch, starting from what is time series, what are the component of time series, what is stationarity in time series, autocorrelation, autocovariance, etc. And then we'll try to learn some important models like Gart's model for volatility modeling, etc. And then we'll start somewhat related to project. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.